Because we live, beaches.
Coming soon to this theater.
It's alive. It's moving. It's coming this way.
Hey, everybody. What's up? It's your boy Brian with another episode of the Horror Movie Club. The club where, what do we do? Of course, we talk about horror movies. It is a hot, sweltering night in New York. This is one of those nights I'm definitely glad I don't live in the city anymore. You do not want to be in New York City in July. Trust me, that's a motherfucker. But anyway, yes, tonight we are talking about a certified classic, and it is a classic that you probably haven't seen. In fact, most people I don't think have seen it. Most horror fans I don't think have seen it. Hardcore horror fans, sick bitches like me, of course we've seen it. The movie, of course, I'm talking about is Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue from 1974, a Spanish, Italian, British co-production. Shot on location in England by a Spanish director, Jorge Grau. Wow. A lot to say about this movie. It is of historical significance because it is the best, in my opinion, and opinion of a lot of other people, it's the best zombie movie that wasn't made by George Romero. Like, this is kind of how it goes. It goes Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. You can mix those up in order any way you like. And then after that, it's like Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue and Return of the Living Dead. Some people would switch those, and I get it. But I think that this one is absolutely stunning. And Return of the Living Dead also, as much as I fucking love that movie, and I do love it, is a little bit more of a satire. Whereas Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue is just a balls-out horror movie. The gore in this is intense. And I want to apologize ahead of time because, you know, one of the things that we always do on the stream, we always make sure to provide a link down below where you can watch an unedited version of the movie. And I'm sorry, but I've taken a look at that version, and it is edited. I watched it again last night because I have that bitch on Blu-ray. I have it on Blu-ray. I have it on DVD. I think my boy Chris, which love to you if you're listening, he has my copy, my original VHS copy, which was a rip of a Japanese laser disc that I got from Luminous Film and Video Works. We're located in England. For the longest time, you could not see this movie. It was never shown on TV when I was a kid. It was on the infamous video Nasties list in England. And police were actually storming video stores and pulling this movie off the shelves. And this movie specifically, they were telling the video store owners, don't stock this movie, this specific movie, don't stock it. Because not only because of its gore, but I think specifically because it's a very subversive movie and it's very anti-police. And it is made by, of course, Jorge Grau, who was a Spaniard, who was a filmmaker in Spain when it was being ruled by Generalissimo Francisco Franco, who had ruled the country with an iron fist since 1939. So, you know, he was living in a military dictatorship. So yeah, he had a little bit of a problem with authority, and this was a movie he made for the Italians, so he just got to go all out and get as political as he wanted. Don't let that turn you off, though. This isn't like modern day filmmaking. Back in the day, the politics, that was the subtext. There's a lot of fucking gut munching going on. There's fucking zombies in this. Not a lot of them, but for what they lack in quantity, they make up for in quality. And we'll get to all that. But enough of my freaking yapping. Let's talk to my boy, ya boy, Matt. What's going on?
What's up, man? What's cracking? How you doing?
Sweating.
Sweating?
I wouldn't be caught dead in a shirt like this.
That's usually
normally,
what I wear,
unless it was like a fucking dire situation.
That's normally how it's California, because it's most of the time, like since 2012 up until like this year, because it was El Nino or whatever. It's fucking hot, dude. It gets hot in like April, but we've been kind of blessed this year in that regard, I guess. But yeah, normally I'm just wearing shorts and sandals and sometimes no shirt, dude, just because it's just hot all the time,
Doing a sim, right? See, I can't do that because I got moobs. I mean, my moobs are shrunk. They're down to like an 8 cup, I guess. But you're not going to see me with it with like even like on Sim's birthday when we were all taking off our shirts in tribute to him. I made sure to have that fucking camera like way up here. I said I lost a bunch of weight, but I still gotta lose some weight, man. Those moves are hard. What's up, Pops? He says he's watching from the road. I know his grandson knocked the hell out of the ball at his little league game, which is awesome. Much love to you, Pops. We have a subjective perspective collective. Boy, say that 3 times real fast. What's up? Thank you so much for hanging out. He says,
"Oh yeah,
Fulci's Zombie 2 is my favorite after Night of the Living Dead. Manchester Morgue is solid. Hell yeah, it is." When I was running off that list of like the best non-Romero zombie movies, Zombie, of course, or as it's known in Italy, Zombie 2, way up there. But something about this movie, it just astounds me, but that it's not better known. Like hardly anybody has seen it. And the link that I provided below, folks, like I said, I always try to provide a link to like an unedited version of the movie so you can go watch it. But last night I watched, the Blue Underground Blu-ray, which is awesome. I don't have the Synapse yet. It's missing the streaker. They cut the fucking streaker out.
They cut a bunch of stuff out, huh?
And some of the gore. They cut out the streaker and some of the gore. Not all the gore, some of the gore. So, everybody, if you have Shudder, watch this on Shudder. First of all, you can just watch just the straight movie itself. Beautiful, unedited. And you can also watch it with the Joe Bob Briggs commentary. That like he did it on the last drive-in, and you can never have enough fucking Joe Bob Briggs in your life. I mean, to be perfectly honest, like he's the reason I subscribe to Shudder. I probably wouldn't have a Shudder subscription if it weren't for fucking Joe Bob. I love that dude. Pops is like, this movie is crazy. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's a wild one. And Subjective Perspective Collective. I didn't trip over that. How do you feel about Tombs of the Blind Dead? Bruh. We did Tombs of the Blind Dead on this stream. It's a fucking classic. I like all 4 of those movies. Return of the Blind Dead, as it's called. That's a little mid, but I think the first one is killer. I think the Ghost Galleon is killer, and Night of the Seagulls, didn't care for it when I first saw it. It's a lot of people's favorite. I revisited it recently, and it's fucking tight. It's tight. Remember, Matt, when I was telling you, it's been my dream for a while. I got a lot of dreams, but one of my dream projects was to do Valdemar Daninsky versus the Templars versus the Blind Dead.
Oh, yeah,
as a comic?
Yeah.
Somebody already did it.
Damn, horrible.
No, it's okay because it's in Spain.
Oh, well, that's even better.
I can't. Well, it's horrible because I can't get a copy of it.
What about the? Well, never mind. I don't want to say it on air because someone might steal the idea in Spain.
Well, it's an obvious one.
Yeah,
right?
Well, I have an obvious one. We remember the one about Price and a couple of the other guys. You know, we were talking about.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I don't think anyone's done that yet. So,
nope.
Well, you know how it is. You put it in the ether, and it kind of the ether kind of shoots it out all over the place. And I think that's what happens, dude. And it's just like kind of a time when people kind of
for sure
thinking the similar shit. You know.
Of course, and the Waldemar Daninsky versus the Blind Dead movie that should have happened. That should have been the Spanish monster movie crossover, right? So it's like it should have happened. It didn't happen. Let's do it as a comic book. And so somebody already had that idea. And hey, I might still do it, right? There's no reason why I can't. That was their take on it. I could do my take, and I haven't read their take. So if I just do it without reading there, although I have to admit I got to find a copy of that somewhere. What up, Preston? What's going on, B?
What you looking for a copy of?
What up, dude?
The Spanish Waldemar Daninsky versus the Blind Dead comic. I'm not sure what it's called, the actual title. Let me see if I can find that.
I know Matt and you are fans of Requiem. Pat Mills' Requiem.
Oh yeah. It's on Gumroad right now for like hella cheap.
Yeah, it's like $4 for all 3 volumes.
I was like, damn, I might as well buy it. I was thinking about it the other day.
I don't think that's the complete story though, because it said it's clocking in at 143 pages, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like that. Sounds like the first 3 books. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm like probably gonna have to get it though, dude, because it's like I want to see the artwork. You know. It's on like the same wavelength as the shit I think, you know. I put
a question in the Pat to see if they're ever going to release like the entire series, like an omnibus full.
Yeah, you know? We should get someone like Bolt to do it, or somebody, dude, or fucking Image, or I don't know.
I think it exists, except nobody knows where. Like, you can only find the first 3 issues. You know,
in English. Is it in English or no?
It's supposed to be, but nobody has ever seen it, you know?
He's got a pretty sweet interview with Mark Millar from like about a month ago.
Oh, I've been meaning to watch that. Yeah.
I know how to say Mark Millar. It's Mark Millar. Like, you got to say it Scottish.
Millar.
Millar. You have to say it Millar at the end. And no matter what, it just comes out Scottish, no matter what accent or dialect you put in.
He has a very thick accent. Millar. Yeah.
So that's the right way to say it.
Mark Millar, eh?
Mark Millar.
Yeah, he's a fucking. I love that dude. He's fucking chilling.
He's entertaining. I want to get his books are fun too. I would read anything he puts out. I just don't, you know.
I went ahead. I found American Jesus.
Oh yeah,
like the entire series, right? Because you know, like he did the first 3 books like 10 years before he actually did the second 3 books, the end of the series. And what's weird. I don't know why he signed a contract with Netflix. Well, I know why. It's money.
Yeah.
But Netflix released American Jesus in Mexico.
Yeah. I heard about that.
It starts in Mexico. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I like that series too. I thought it was very good.
I thought it was good, dude.
Yeah, it was
what a twist.
Don't get me wrong. Like, if you put it in Guadalajara, dude, that place looks like Gotham City brought to life with a little bit of Omega City 1.
Right.
I know, but it's
American. It's not Mexican Jesus.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it takes place in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's American Jesus. I'm like,
I know.
That's kind of weird.
And then they did. Was it Jupiter Rising? Right.
Yeah, I read that first book. Was pretty
good. That was good, and they canceled it.
The comic was great too. It was.
That's what I mean.
And then they canceled that.
I read the comic. It's pretty good.
But here's the thing. I remember, like, before the Snyderverse, or no, I'm sorry. I think it was right after Man of Steel. They were thinking about like changing direction or something like that, and they brought in Mark Millar, and it looked like he was going to be the guy that was in charge of the DC movie universe moving forward, and it didn't happen. Right? So that says to me creative differences.
Well, that's because he wouldn't toe the line.
Exactly. And you know why? Because he doesn't have to.
Yeah,
He's a guy who comes from nothing, orphaned as a boy, nearly died from Crohn's disease.
Yeah.
And he's a religious brother too. So he's like one of those guys where it's like his soul isn't for sale, right?
He's happy too, all the time. He's always jolly.
I won't hold that against him, like the religious part.
No, but yeah, he's a fucking jolly right, Matt? Jolly motherfucker, man.
Yep. He's always happy. That's because he's successful. You know?
And he's alive.
Exactly.
And his kids are healthy and everything. And he's somebody that lives simply too. It's like he's got like James Bond villain money at this point.
Yeah, I know, right?
But he doesn't want his kids to be fucked up, so they live in like a regular house and everything.
On a farm
I told you this before. Like, there's only two like he lives like a regular dude, except for like two crazy things that he owns.
I wonder if he pretends like he can't afford shit too. Like,
no.
I want to get this, and he's like, "Well, we have to see how the finances go, kids." You know?
It's just like he's not going to be like
lost my job today. He comes home.
He's not the kind of guy that's going to be driving around in a fucking Ferrari, if you know what I'm saying, right? Mm-hmm. Although I'd be driving around in the fucking Monster Mobile for sure.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! I'd have the fucking Gothic princess around his. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The only two crazy things that he owns are Freddie Mercury's crown and cape, and Christopher Reeve's Superman costume.
Damn, dude! The first number one of Requiem is going for $381 right now.
Woo.
God damn.
That's 3
insane.
issues.
That's insane. It's like, I got those first 2 volumes. Those are the only 2 volumes that they put out like that, and it's brilliant. It's fantastic. It just one cool thing is You're the Hunter from the Future. That's one of the comic books, one of the Italian comic books, or fumetti that I always wanted to read. They're going to start reprinting those in English here in America. Mm-hmm. And as a matter of fact, Kelsey Shannon's doing the covers, or at least for the first couple of issues. So
which book is that? Yours world here today.
Well, you can't really see it that well, but that big old there it is. That big old poster right there in the center. That's the French Your poster.
I think I remember
seeing that and being like,
I do too. I think I remember
that shit.
Is that who did that? Was that Bisley or Corbin or something like that?
No. It looks like, because remember, I think we took a close look at that. We couldn't ID
a year ago.
Yeah, we couldn't ID who the artist was, but it's dope, right? I mean, it's it's like French comic book art, right? From like
that's a real human doing it, not a fucking computer. I'm good.
Yeah. And
or a blender.
Yeah, it looks badass. Anyway, we should probably get into some of the stuff that's been going on with the Week in Horror. Let me load up the brand new bumper I got here. See if this
got any terrifying.
Is the Week in Horror. The Week in Horror. Horror.
Oh fuck.
This is the Week in Horror. The Week in Horror. Horror.
That's awesome.
That's from a Paul Nashley movie called Human Animals.
He got Butch Cleavered.
Yeah, man.
You got any?
He's still alive too.
You got any Terrifier 3 news?
No Terrifier 3 news.
I do. I got some.
Ooh, drop it.
Jason Patrick's just landed a role in there from Lost Boys. He's going to be in there. I don't know in what capacity, but yeah.
No shit.
Yep.
And I forget the name of the young lady that was in the last one, but she's coming back too, right?
I think so. Yeah.
The one with the messed up face.
Definitely.
No.
Probably both of them. Actually,
probably both
right?
of them.
Yeah.
But the
warrior, the
heroine.
Yeah.
Right. The one who fucked Art the Clown's shit up.
Yeah.
at the end of the last one. Anyway, it turns out that Universal Studios, who never seem to really know what to do with their legacy characters with the Universal monsters. It turns out that they are doing something in one of their parks. I guess it's their main one. Let me see if I can load that up, because I'm always interested in what they're doing with the Universal monsters. Although it's like the same way that the same way that Warner Brothers doesn't know what to do with the DC heroes, these motherfuckers do not know what to do with the Universal monsters. Let's take a little look at this.
It's like Snyder kind of almost got there, but it's like they're they have to. Some of them have to be treated the godlike. You know what I mean?
You gotta. I don't know. It's Hollywood, dude. Like Hollywood is. Yeah. Like if the executives can't have a say, then the art blind executives can't have a say.
Yep.
Right.
So, it's in Orlando, the Orlando, Florida park, right? Universal's Dark Universe may have been a short-lived experience in the world of cinema. Yeah, one movie? But in the world of Universal theme parks, the Dark Universe is just getting started. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah,
dude, I heard about this a long time ago. They got like the Dracula ride and shit.
That means absolutely nothing. I'm saying.
They got like Frankenberger and the Dracula's Castle's like a ride. I think I seen like a blueprint of it like about a year ago. I thought it was fake. Maybe it's not.
No, this is real. This is real. Created by the award-winning Universal creative team in partnership with Universal Pictures. Dark Universe. Yeah, they're still fucking flying that. What? It's been the Universal monsters like since forever, right? On all their merchandise, Universal monsters, and they're stuck on this Dark Universe thing, which is fucking stupid, and I wish they would get rid of it, but they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're making
nothing happens on accident. Is them renaming it Dark Universe? Is that to axe some other people out that might have
it's to channel the power of like the Universal. Of the Marvel movies.
Oh God!
Right, it's the Marvel universe. So then
universe have anything to do with that universe, dude.
the monster universe. It's a fucking suck universe, is what it is. But you got the monster, right? They've got the Godzilla movies. You got the monster verse. You've got. Wrestling, it became the WWE universe, and suddenly fucking Vince McMahon thought he was Stan Lee, right? So everybody's trying to fucking ride that fucking dick, and so it says it blends the iconic stories of unearthly legends like Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein's monster, the Bride of Frankenstein, and more, with a new generation of monsters and characters. Here it comes, including Dr. Victoria Frankenstein.
Oh, damn, that sucks, dude.
Oh, God damn it.
I'm out.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, dude. I gave up on this shit way long time ago. Because it's garbage. It's all garbage.
Yep.
Did you hear that DC's bringing back the oh God, it was created by Adam Kubert, or it was drawn by him. The monster. It was on there. It was in their haunted military books back in the day, and it's the
zombie or something.
No, it's the monster
soldier. It's not the.
It's a platoon made up of the Wolfman, Frankenstein, Dracula. You know,
Commandos?
Creature Commandos. Yeah, they're bringing back the Creature Commandos in animated form.
Oh yeah, I know about that. Yeah,
dude, I'm totally down for that.
I love that shit.
They did a short, but now they're supposedly doing a full-fledged movie and series based on.
Yeah,
I'm down with that.
Right, because there was that Sergeant Rock short.
Yeah,
that had the Creature Commandos in it, which
was
cool.
I got a hold of that shit, like the original, like the first appearance of the Creature Commandos.
That's sick.
A few years ago, not because it was because it just sounded so cool, right?
Yeah.
But then you read the book and it's not cool at all. Like the idea is kind of cool, but The deal is that they're surgically altered to look like movie monsters.
Oh, man,
that's lame, dude.
Fuck that.
That's
fuck
mad
that,
lame.
fuck that.
I don't think they're actually doing that with the series, though. You know what I'm saying? Like they're actually going to be, but in the original book, they're surgically altered, and I have no idea why. I'm like, that's weird.
In the cartoon that they have a couple of them, right? And in the cartoon, they're totally the monsters, right?
Yeah.
They have them. Yes. They have them on fucking. I've seen it like a million times because it's dope. And they drive the monster truck, and it's a monster truck with bat wings that flies, and it's a monster truck. And Blade's on the team. Blade's on the team because he's a vampire. And Frankenstein's on the team. He's got a big metal fucking arm like Hellboy.
Blade can't be on the team. It's DC.
Well, that one's the Creature Commandos for Marvel, and DC has Frankenstein and the Agents of Shade. And that one's
no. DC has the Creature Commandos. Like I got the book. It's the Creature Commandos, but out by DC Comics.
Right. They did the Creature Commandos and then the Howling Commandos.
Oh,
Howling
Commandos.
Yeah.
So they got that one, and then Frankenstein also has the Agents of Shade.
Dude, the Agents of Shade was badass, but
yeah, it was. And that version
they changed Frankenstein. Well,
quoting fucking Milton, rocking the fucking pistol with the fucking bat wing.
Well, what did you think of the Bride of Frankenstein with that kind of spider-esque type of feel to it?
4 arms and shit.
Yes. Yeah,
and then he has the sword of Michael, the Archangel. That was dope.
Yup. Yeah, no, that shit was dope. I love that.
It was until they did the New 52 and they changed it all up.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I haven't read anything other than the only one I have is the New 52. I haven't had any of the other ones because he had all that.
They've restarted the DC universe so many goddamn times, like it's unrecognizable. It's like they start getting on a roll where everything's really cool. Then they're like restart the whole thing from scratch because number one sell. You know?
Yeah. Did they have a paratrooper vampire in the one you're talking about named Velcro?
I don't know. I can't remember. Like I was just excited to see that they're actually going to do something with the creature.
All right, let me know if you guys are hearing sound on this.
Epic Universe is the next theme park for Universe.
Are you hearing sound?
Yeah, very lightly.
Epic Universe.
Universe. It's gonna be.
I haven't watched this yet. I shouldn't have an opinion on it, but.
And you can be anybody or anything you want.
Is it just me, or like, are you already kind of getting a vibe of the, the space cruiser Star Wars hotel? You know, you guys remember that thing?
Yeah, disaster.
Which is a complete fucking clusterfuck because it's like, you know, it's all new Star Wars people don't actually care about it. Yeah, it was a fucking disaster. Although this looks less hotel-like and more like it's involved with rides and shit like that, but whatever.
Universal
getting that vibe
is the next theme park for Universal Orlando Resort.
Don't get your hopes up on any of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
I know.
I stopped doing that a long
time
ago. Sound like a fucking
dude,
lame motherfucker, but still.
You know? Dude, I give a rat's ass.
This project I've been waiting for my whole life.
I just wish indies had more money. You know what I'm saying? To create. I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about like the movie industry. Yeah.
I know. The thing is, it's like it looks like with like their Wolfman remake, the new one, that's not costing them anything. That's going to be a low budget movie the same way that their non-remake of The Invisible Man was. Those are low budget movies. All the dark energy is gathered
through the land and connecting at the top of this banner.
Gods and monsters.
Look, it sounds pretty dope. I just don't like the new characters that they're bringing in. That's kind of lame.
And because it's going to suck.
They don't need to bring in any new characters. They have everything they need.
Everything
you
they
don't
need.
understand. They do, because the creators of those new characters get,
get their
right.
money.
They're public domain.
Kickbacks.
But then again, they own the patent on that version of the Frankenstein monster. They own Lawrence Talbot. They own the Bride of Frankenstein. Right? They own with the hair and everything. Elsa Lanchester. They own all that shit. I mean, remember,
not enough, dude.
Hammer had to lease Dracula and Frankenstein from Universal when they made their remakes.
Yeah, right.
PG-13.
Oh, I see. So it's not actual pictures. These are like conceptual drawings. Okay. What about this? Says Marvel. I'm sorry, Universal Monsters to you?
Nothing.
No, I think this is supposed to be Maleva.
Oh yeah,
Fuck is
It is. It is. Oh,
the gypsy,
shit.
The gypsy, huh?
Now, you guys remember
From the Wolfman?
Maleva.
Yeah.
That's
from the Wolfman.
Maria Uspenskaya's character in the original Wolfman. Unforgettable performance, right? And then she reappeared in Frankenstein versus the Wolfman. You know, the old gypsy lady.
She's also in the remake too
What, the new one?
of the Wolfman. The one with Benicio.
Oh, the 2011.
the
Yeah.
best one.
Look,
It was a
like I said,
brutal-
I love that movie. I think it's terribly flawed, and I think that
What do you think was flawed about it? I'm just asking. Like,
making it Freudian. It didn't need to turn into a Sigmund Freud thing.
it was, I
Andrew
guess,
Kevin
but
Walker
it was a
just
good way
did
to.
his own thing rather than being servicing the original, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I
still
thought it
love-
was
I
cool
love
because it was plot driven as far as like that was the Freudian part, you know, like father and son having a problem with each other. I thought
Yes.
Anthony Hopkins' role was amazing,
So
dude.
dope.
Like it was
That was
great.
so good. That's my
And
favorite
And he
werewolf
turned
movie.
into, dude. What werewolf fan doesn't want to see a werewolf versus werewolf in a werewolf
I know.
movie? You know what I'm saying?
dude,
You know, it's better than
Chaotic and
vampire
gory and-
versus werewolf or Frankenstein
You know-
versus werewolf.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
you know what was going through my head when I was sitting in that theater, and Anthony Hopkins turns into a fucking werewolf, and they're ready to go at it. I'm thinking, you know what? This is stupid, but Monster Rumble.
Exactly.
Anybody who doesn't like that
What's
doesn't like to
better?
see Godzilla and King Kong in the same movie.
What is better than a monster movie than having two monsters or more monsters just beating the fucking living shit out of each other? Tearing each other
Absolutely,
apart.
dude. That's fucking
It
amazing.
just made sense, dude. Like, and his dad's a big game hunter.
It
you know, he's
did.
hunted everywhere,
Yeah.
and like this is the final
Yeah.
hunt. You know,
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
love that movie. Like I said, I think I remember sitting in the theater and thinking I'm enjoying this way more than this movie deserves.
And Lisa
watching
did a fantastic job as the Wolfman, dude. He was,
But
I remember watching it and just
when
so
he was
good.
cast. That's when I was like, this could be good.
I know. I was like, dude, he looks just like he's like the younger like cousin of Lon Chaney. Like they look.
And
the
he's
same.
one of the greatest living. He's one of the greatest living actors.
Yeah, he's great.
is he?
Yes.
Yeah,
Guy's
he's
a fucking
pretty good.
genius.
He is
Guy's
pretty
fucking
I
good.
like him, dude. I think he's badass. You
Oh
know?
man, I think he's
If
terrific.
let me put it this way: if I was a chick, I'd be I'm giving it up all day. You know what I'm saying?
He's got that crazy charisma. Oh wait, Phil. No, I said hi to Phil. I have to rescind that because
What up,
Phil's
Phil?
canceled. Get out of here, Phil. We don't like you. You're canceled.
We don't like your kind,
We don't like
here,
your
boy.
kind. You've been canceled. Banhammer. Sorry, Phil. I gotta bust your balls a little bit, brother. You know that. But yeah, let's take a little bit more of a look at the Dark Universe. Introducing the Dark Universe.
Do we have to?
Yeah. I mean, fuck. All right. So,
Curse of the Werewolf follows the same story.
Maleva's
Curse
cart.
of the Werewolf.
Man.
It
They
takes
sell hot
place
dogs in
in an
Maleva's
area
cart.
that's really been taken over. by
Yeah, really?
I don't know. Popcorn.
Yeah. This is Maleva.
See here the new Maleva. And Maleva,
The new movie.
The new Maleva.
He's
Because
gonna
we
take
can make
down the
money off
entire
of
MCU.
this one.
Look at the expression on his face. Like he's so excited to introduce
Oh.
you to
His
the
eye- look at his
new
eyeballs.
Maleva, the woke Maleva.
And everybody thinks she's a woman, but really,
She's got a cock.
Yeah, right.
She's rocking a big old fucking donkey dick under that fucking skirt.
He's really
you see here
man
the
leva,
new
man
Maleva.
lever.
Man
Maleva
Maleva.
gives you the
We don't need a new Maleva, you
she
motherfucker.
identifies as a gypsy.
bad news that you bear the curse of the werewolf. You're immediately
She's got
put
one
in a
trick
wagon and sent
up
out
her
into the woods.
sleeve.
This is an incredibly thrilling, family-friendly spinning coaster.
Family
It's
friendly
absolutely
spinning
fun.
coaster.
I can't
Oh,
wait.
Is this douchebag saying he can't wait?
I ain't gonna lie, dude. I want to go there.
Yeah. Oh God.
And this is the place where the hounds.
Sorry.
The hounds.
No, I'm not, dude. I'm with you, but I'm not with you. It's like I'm curious, but I just know they're gonna fuck shit up because that's what.
Of course they are, but you know what? They might have some cool like souvenir.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a 50-50. You know, definitely gonna have to hit up that bar and get a couple beers in you before you walk around in there.
Oh, then they're gonna have actors walking around playing monster hunters.
Hey, and Van Helsing could be there. He's part of their. They own Van Helsing, you know.
Oh yeah, that looks like. Yeah, there he is. That's
That'd be
Van.
cool.
I guarantee you, that's the new Van Helsing right there.
Oh yeah, that's Van Helsing for sure.
That's Van
Idris
Helsing
Elba?
for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, looks Dutch to me.
You'll hear some tales, and their trophies are scattered about.
Their trophies are scattered about.
All right, now that looks dope.
No, I'm totally down. I just don't live in Florida, so I have to make a trip out there one of these days.
Well, if you do, stop in Louisiana. I'll put you up for tonight.
Oh, for Sheasel, man. I was just telling the wife and kids, like, we gotta go to Preston's house.
I gotta fucking go down there, and Preston needs to take me out to some of those fucking dope ass restaurants.
Yeah, man.
They make
I
the
love that
fucking
stuff.
like best fucking like seafood and junk food in the world.
Gumbo.
Louisiana is known for their food.
Crawdads.
Our food.
Get them crawdads.
Yeah, man. I come down there. Two
You have
things
ate
I want
crawfish
from
before?
you, Preston. Two things I want from you.
Nope.
I want a tattoo, and I want a big old fucking like giant pot of
I'll do you a
fucking
tattoo.
crawdads.
I had to bust out the kit the other day and do some tattooing.
Oh well. Oh, we're like what the
Oh wait, you want to get it done by a shop?
No. I want to get a tattoo from you when you're like tripping on acid or peyote or something.
Sure.
We've never
That'd be the ugliest tattoo you've ever had.
The attraction, the
Do you have any tattoos now?
No, none.
Oh, great.
That's the thing. It's like I don't have any-
Newbies
I
thinking
don't
it doesn't hurt.
I don't have, dude. I want to rub fucking lidocaine or cream on my fucking back.
They have some stuff. They have stuff you can buy that'll numb the
Yeah, 'cause I'm a
pain for
pussy.
you.
Inside Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment, you're going to see things that defy what you know of as a theme park attraction.
There's a new resident manor, and her name's
Oh, here we go.
Victoria Frankenstein.
Victoria Frankenstein is the
Victoria
what?
Frankenstein.
great granddaughter of Henry Frankenstein.
And she is better than any Frankenstein that's come before her. She's the bestest ever.
And she never had to go to school. Not
Never had to go to
once.
school.
She just knew.
She's just.
Was it Henry Frankenstein like German?
It's Victor Frankenstein. No, he
Victor
was-
Frankenstein? Wait, who's Henry Frankenstein?
Henry Frankenstein is the version of Frankenstein that is in the Universal Frankenstein.
But that's not in Mary Shelley's novel.
No,
Right.
no, it's Victor Frankenstein.
So they're not playing off of the original lore.
Yes.
They're going off of.
Yes,
Okay.
and Frankenstein is not German; he's Swiss. Although he makes the monster, I believe, in Germany.
Henry Frankenstein. You don't know.
Yeah, and then they're gonna get rid of Dracula. It's gonna be two lesbians. It's gonna be Carmella and fucking Madame Bathory. Watch.
I'd be cool with Vampirella. If
Well, they
just
don't
play
own those
Vampirella.
characters. They've never had versions of those characters in the Universal monster movies. See, there's not Clive Owen, Colin Clive, who plays Henry Frankenstein in the first two in the movies in the Universal Frankenstein
Good is
series.
good or bad, but she does want to bring good to the name Frankenstein again.
Every night inside the manor, Victoria is conducting these experiments.
You're going to see that she's captured all of the Universal monsters.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Of the Universal
She's not only she doesn't just create Frankenstein monsters, but she also hunts. She's also hunts them
collected
down.
them. She's collected the other monsters.
Of course, she is. She's a hunter and she's a creator.
Monsters Unchained has the most technologically advanced animated figures that have ever been built.
Most technically advanced animated figures. So this sounds. Wait, does this mean animatronics or does this mean like?
So we're looking at like a Chuck E. Cheese or something like that, or
I don't know.
Sounds like AI.
powerful. They're intense.
The technology
Or holograms or something.
Yeah, it sounds like hologram,
Ooh,
like AI hologram.
that'd be pretty
we are
sweet.
using is cutting edge.
That's what Kiss does now.
We literally use every technology.
So it's not really Kiss playing on stage; it's holograms.
Yep, they sold their likeness to some Swedish company for like 300 million.
What? Are you serious?
Who? What?
Yeah,
I had
What
no
is this?
idea, dude. I'm a Kiss fan.
Kiss did it like a year ago, or I mean, like a couple months ago.
Do you notice which version of the Wolfman this is?
Yeah, it's Benny. It's Benny.
Yep.
We think,
Benicio.
and then we realized we needed to invent new technology. Imagine what could happen in a monster's ride when this sense of touch. You'll literally be able to feel characters breathing.
You want to ride this ride as almost a badge of honor.
Ooh,
that
damn.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. As a badge of honor.
I can do one of the scariest.
I was never into that.
We
Like,
created
Well, I mean, look, it's
on the parks, rides
There's-
or anything like that.
it's like a ride like this. Like, it's family friendly, but it's scary. Look, there's nothing scary about the classic Universal monster movies. I've always felt that if they're gonna do remakes, updates, make the monsters fucking scary again. Now,
Yep, have to be terrifying.
mind you, like a ride like this, a big park thing where it's dedicated to the classic monsters, that's fucking cool.
The
But
only caveat I have to say about that is
Yeah.
don't touch the original base model of Frankenstein, because that is the most original version of that monster.
it's also the most iconic.
Exactly, the square head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like Frankenstein was a scientist, but not a surgeon. He just opened the fucking, it's designed to look like he opened the monster's head and just like threw the brain in there and then just slapped it back, the top of the head back down, and then just stapled it kind of together.
Exactly.
Properly.
Like he's
Like tinned beef.
not he's not off of botched or anything like that.
Definitely not. All right. So yeah, am I excited about this? No, I don't think that I really expect anything from. I mean, to me, the most newsworthy thing about this is just the fact that they're hanging on to this dark universe thing,
Yeah, right.
which to me is just misguided, stupid. But hey, we're talking about Hollywood here. We're talking about Universal. They do not know what the fuck they're doing. Now, somebody who did know what the fuck they were doing was Jorge Grau, the director of tonight's movie, The Living Dead in the Manchester Morgue. This movie has more alternate titles than any other movie ever. Evidently, it has 15 alternate titles.
Damn.
It was called, when I first saw it, it was under the title Let Sleeping Corpses Lie. Historically, it's kind of known as The Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue because it's famous for that, because that was the version that was getting yanked off the shelves and by the police.
This is I discovered I'm not sure if it's a new band. You guys probably heard them before.
Yeah.
But they're
Bloody
they
Hammers?
sound goddamn. Yeah, you heard of them before?
Are you
They're
kidding me?
the greatest band ever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they did the Howling, Let Sleeping Corpses Lie. Like when you said that, I was like,
that's my shit.
No way, dude.
That's my shit, son. That's my
Dude,
shit,
I
son.
love that band so much.
Oh,
They
so
remind me of a modern version of the Misfits.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
They got it, dude. They have got the funk. They're not faking the funk. They're like,
You know any other bands like that? Because
not that good. Not that
What's
good.
that?
Horror. There have been a bunch of
so-called-
horror rock bands, but they're like way ahead of.
Oh, dude, they're so
They're at the
badass,
tippy
dude.
top. They're at the tippy
It was
top.
also called "Don't Open the Window," which was kind of weird though.
Don't Open the Window. That's the wackest of the alternate titles. I believe the original Italian title is No Profano de Morte or something like that. Like, do not profane the dead.
Non si deve profano el sono de muerti.
There it is. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
So
You got that shit on
translated
the
in English
IMDb,
is
huh?
"Do not profane the sleep of the dead."
There it is. Yeah.
And there was in Spanish, it was "No profana el sueño de los muertos."
French title: Le Massacre des Morts Vivants.
Yeah, Le Massacre des Morts Vivants. Yep.
India.
That's the one I saw a long time ago, because I saw it on TV. Yeah.
Oh, you saw this on TV?
About yeah, it was with my French friends back in the day because they were big into zombie movies. The one that technically initiated me to all those Romero movies back in the days.
Yeah.
And I saw that one. They only had it in French.
Oh wow. Yeah, you could not. I mean, this was never in video stores when I was a kid. I mean, it was just. The first time I saw this was, I think I was. Yeah, this is like back in like late 90s or something, like 99, I think is when I first got a no, actually it was like 98, I think 97 or 98. I got like a VHS copy that was like a rip from Japanese Laserdisc, because it had the hard-coded Japanese subtitles and all that shit, because that was the only way you could see this movie and a lot of other movies. The Beyond, for instance, that was like, that was one of those pictures. As I said, the police in England were taking this movie off the shelves and then going that little extra mile and telling the store owners, don't fucking put this movie on your fucking shelves.
Was there a reason for that? It was just because it was like really
because this
horrific?
movie is very anti-cop.
Oh,
this movie is very political. This is a very political horror film. Like I said, Jorge Grau, we're talking about the guy, a guy who was, and this is, look, I always talk about, whenever we talk about Spanish horror, I always talk about how mellow Spain was for like a supposed fascist dictatorship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jorge Grau was making movies and he was always having trouble with the censors, right? He'd have a little political thing or something like that. No, you got to fucking, mind you, this is back in the days when they could arrest you and throw you in jail for making a joke about Franco. And but the fact that they had a censorship board is an indication of how mellow they were, because it wasn't like East Germany where literally 1 out of 4 people were snitches.
Let's just be honest. We all had them. It got fought in the 80s. That's the entire thing. They all had a type of censorship. Like comics got hit by it pretty fucking bad. Especially horror. Horror was pretty much like the target of everything.
About that.
It was the same thing here in comics. Like it's one of the things that's still here sometimes. There's no censorship per se, but we've discussed this many times before. Here it's like in Europe a bit. It's like, oh, we can show tits, you can show ass, you can show a lot of shit, but please, the gore, it's kind of fucking iffy.
Well, I don't know about that because Red Room, Ed Piskor's book, was taken out of comic stores in some states.
Is it really?
Yeah, because it was too graphic. If you've ever read Red Room, it can be pretty graphic. Dude.
The Miracle Man by Alan Moore, that caused a big controversy because it was a graphic depiction of a baby being born.
Yeah.
And
which is strange.
That's an illusion that people, we're always told like, oh, childbirth, it's so beautiful. No, it's not. It's fucking ugly.
It is definitely ugly.
It's ugly. I mean, it's exciting, I'm sure. It's exciting and thrilling and I'm sure deeply moving and all this other shit, but it's not pretty. And I remember in a film class that
I don't know. I don't have that problem. I didn't have that problem. Like, not saying like it's like, hey, yay, let's show it to everybody. But it's to me, it's not traumatizing. The only bad effect is sometimes, it's sometimes they go after. That makes sense. Like,
yeah. Oh,
sometimes there's some loose that comes out after.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the actual thing of birth to me was, dude, it's weird. Like, I thought it would gross me out.
Yeah.
To be quite honest, not at all. Not at all, dude. I was rubbing that kid's head while the doctor was coming in to open it up so he can come out. Like,
oh no!
I was keeping the heartbeat going, like by just rubbing his head.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like, dude, I didn't give a fuck.
That's so cool. Yeah, because me. I mean, look, I'm squeamish as fuck. people were surprised because they're like, well, you're a horror movie fan. And you get like lightheaded at the sight of blood. That's because it's fake. It's not real. And if it's in a movie, it's all latex and fake blood or sheep guts or something in the
I never got lightheaded whenever I seen like gory shit. I don't like blood. And that's a really good thing because I am very accident prone and I've busted myself up so many goddamn times.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I remember once when we were riding a bicycle down a big freaking hill in a big busy street type of thing, right?
Yeah.
Not a highway, but close, right? And me and my friend were racing the bike, right? And all I see is him getting a bump, and I see his front wheel just continuing. And him like heading head first on the pavement, right?
Oh.
And when I picked him up, dude, you could move his lips down and see his teeth underneath between the nose and the lip.
Oh,
the good thing, dude. I like it's something to me that I can put up with it. It's when everything's done that I'll be like, "What the fuck, dude?" You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like I see somebody like being sliced open, bleeding. Like when everything's done and I'm cooling down, that's when I'll be more like, "Holy fuck!"
Kind of shaken up by it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but when the shit hits, right?
Oh, dude,
you find yourself suddenly coming correct, right? Where you can think straight, everything is cool, and then afterwards, that's when you fucking break down. That's when you're like, oh shit, that was fucked up. Yes, I've been in situations like that. Yeah.
I've seen that guy with a fucking arm hanging, and you're like trying to help him. Dude, it's after. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's weird. It's like when it's on the moment, it's like we need to get shit done.
Yes, yeah. That's like okay. You develop like a military mindset. You're just like, right, we need to go from A to B, want to do all this shit, and then afterwards you fucking freak out. Yes. This is a cool. This is the cover for the Synapse edition, which is as you can see, a pretty cool looking painting.
Oh, that's pretty badass.
Yeah, isn't that? I like that. That's pretty cool because, of course, we're a horror-related show, but we're all comic book creators here. So,
I'll be frank. I hadn't had chance to rewatch the full thing. Like I tried rewatching the one you put on YouTube there, but there's a moment where there's no word. It goes silent, and that pissed the fuck out of me. I tried to get another copy, but I've seen that movie before, right? I just don't remember all of it because But dude, that movie to me, like it's so Romero-ish, like from Dawn of the Dead. It does have that freaking vibe that nobody else was able to do.
Yes. And remember, this is 74. Dawn of the Dead was in 78. And I think that although Romero never really spoke directly or named names about any of the movies that were basically ripoffs of his zombie movies, there's no question in my mind that this movie inspired Romero in terms of the gore, right? Especially Day of the Dead, right? Where the zombies are tearing people's bodies apart.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Well,
that's from this.
I'm not sure, because like you're saying, like not everybody could see it back then. Like it was really freaking rare and
hard to
British
find.
Movie or stuff like that. Like in the 70s, that was not like internationally distributed. So to me, it's like maybe like he was inspired by, maybe he did see it, but to me, I could really put it as one of those. I forgot what's the phenomenon, but when you do things the same things but inspired from another end, even though you've never seen it, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, for sure.
Because there's many things like that's been proven that's an actual thing, like the great mind thinks alike thing of that thing.
Yeah.
That somebody's going to come up with something like in France, and somebody on the other side of the fucking planet is going to think about the same similar thing, but they've never knew about each other.
Right. And like I was telling Matt at the start of the show, one of the things I've been talking about that I would love to do would be a Waldemar Daninsky versus the Blind Dead comic, which would be like, in other words, like that would have been that's the Spanish monster movie crossover that never happened. That should have happened. I would love to do it as a comic. It turns out somebody in Spain already beat me to the punch, and I want to read that shit, right?
Is it in English?
No, it's in Spanish, and I can't. I looked for it online. I can't find it anywhere. It's just like
Do we know which version is uncut of this movie? Because I like to see like an uncut version of this movie.
Yes, I at
too.
the start of the stream, I apologized to the to the audience, because what I always try to do is I always try to make sure that this is a stream where when we're talking about a movie, people, if they're like, hey, that sounds dope, I want to check that out, they can click on the link below in the description and go see an unedited version of this movie. Unfortunately, the versions I found online, they're all edited.
Yeah.
The first thing that they cut out is the fucking streaker. Which is one of the most memorable
There's a whole bunch of things that got cut out like that. I was like, what the hell? And the link that you shared, there's a bunch of freaking places where everything is muted.
Yeah. It's shit. The place to watch this, if you have a Shudder subscription, if you already have Amazon Prime, you can get a Shudder subscription for an extra $5 a month. The version that's on there is perfect. The version that like I said, I don't usually watch the links that I post because I already have that shit. Like, I have this on Blu-ray, I have this on two different DVD editions, and fucking VHS. Although my homeboy Chris has my VHS because I gave him the entire VHS collection because he's like a VHS fiend.
I'll be honest, like Shudder was a huge disappointment.
I know.
But I will say this movie's old enough to where you can probably find an unedited copy on the Internet Archives. And
maybe.
I don't know. I'll go check right now because I've been checking, dude. I've been checking since the last 2 days, and I found one on Pirate Bay. But I'm not sure which one's which. Get it?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's one that says remastered. So I'm like, okay, I'll get that one. So if it's remastered, usually everything's in there, but there's no seed.
This is the Blue Underground.
Yeah.
This is the Blue Underground that I have, which is fucking amazing, beautiful. There's a Synapse release that's supposedly pretty much, I think, a little bit better than this, but this is still really solid. But there's one fucked up thing about this. It has a spoiler right on the cover. That's why I was doing this. They put a spoiler. Now, I understand. They're like, what? You're buying this movie? Well, that's because you've already seen it and you love it and you want like a really great copy of it, right? That's the thinking, and generally speaking, they're right. But still, motherfuckers, don't put fucking spoilers on the fucking cover.
Well, I mean, you're looking at a movie that's, what is it, like 30 years old now?
But nobody's seen this except for fucking freaks like me and fucking Tim. Do you know what I'm saying? So they're like, in other words, make the shit friendly for newcomers, because that's one of the things that I love about what's going on right now. Horror is bigger than it's ever been. And so your average horror fan, all they want is Blumhouse. All they want is found footage. That they want the mainstream shit, and that's it, right?
Hey, Brian, you know that they're going to drop the Nosferatu trailer with the bikers or the bike riders this weekend.
Oh,
I want to see that biker movie. It looks decent.
Don't you think we're hitting kind of a renaissance with horror? You know,
Yes.
Abigail and all these other movies coming out.
It's
no longer.
It's not an underground thing anymore. It's not a cult thing anymore. It's a huge mainstream thing. Horror's bigger than it's ever been. That means a lot of shit is being made, but also it's like when there's 100 shitty movies being made, at least 1 or 2 of those are going to be fucking diamonds.
I'll be straight.
You might have been right
for this any day.
Yeah,
I found a version on Internet Archive. I don't know. It doesn't say if it's unedited.
I'll put the link.
Brian,
how
long is the full shot, the full movie, without cuts? That one says it's 1 hour and 32 minutes.
There you go.
Let me see.
I'm gonna put it in private chat.
Yeah, I will. I'll share it to you.
93 minutes here. The unedited
version. That's so I think I got the right one. Okay, so I'm gonna download it. Here we go. I put the link for you guys.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. Thanks, brother.
Dude, they have so much good shit in that archive.
Well,
oh yeah, dude, it's insane. It's where I got a lot of my dub mangas, like anime. I'm like, oh, dude, they're all there.
So I know it, which is awesome that the internet's forever that way. But yeah, you'll know right from watching the beginning of that movie whether it's edited or not, whether or not it has the stripper, because that is like the beginning of this movie. The opening of this movie is really, really interesting because it's Ray Lovelock's character, who's George. They have like I love how the hero and heroine in this have like the most trans English names, George and Edna. Right.
The stripper is supposed to be in the intro. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, she's not. No, she's not a stripper. She's a streaker.
A streaker, and that would be when?
In like the first 2 or 3 minutes, because let me just like if I can describe the scene. What happens is, let me see if I actually maybe have a clip of this, or actually, you know what? Let me load up the trailer. Oh, by the way, forgot to mention, I saw Abigail this week, which is mid. One of those movies where I swear, if they let me rewrite that screenplay, and I wouldn't even have to fuck with it too much, I could have made a great movie out of that. Like, there's a great movie hiding in that movie, but that movie is just not it.
I thought it was good. I thought it was badass.
Dude, Pinky swear. No, she needed to go. She needed to die. And the whole idea, the plot,
and what
of an Abigail.
That was the part where she was pretending to be a little girl, right? Like a victim.
But it was sincere. Yeah, but then at the very end, it's sincere.
Yeah.
And to me, that character, the whole point of why she would have that scenario in the first place would be because she wants to die. Because she's hoping that one of these days, one of her victims is going to get lucky. Right?
Oh my God. Can you imagine being a vampire, but you're 10 years old?
Yeah, check out the time.
That'd be horrible.
In other words, going on just to go on.
Jesus, that would be
fuck that, right? And so that would have been perfect if she'd been like, or it would have been even better if she put weapons for them to find, to defend themselves with, right? Just to make it more interesting, and also because deep down inside she's hoping that one of these days that somebody's going to get lucky. And there's nothing in that like that.
One of the biggest flaws with that movie is that she has daddy issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that was kind of, that's the one thing I hated about that movie. I was like, Daddy, you don't spend any time with me. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, you are 100 years old.
You can take care of yourself, honey. Right. And the fact that also that she wasn't thinking, I want to maybe take him with me. Yeah. Right. It should have been. But I'm telling you, it's an okay movie, and it could have been a great one.
It's entertaining.
Yeah. What I found much better is I watched The First Omen last night.
Oh, that was good. I like that. Yeah.
It's terrific.
That was a beast of a movie right there. So
it's terrific. It's really, really good. If you want like a modern version of an old school making a baby with the devil movie, you know what I mean? Like Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah. That shit
should I share the link? Should I share the link too in the chat?
Yeah, you can.
Chat?
Fuck it. Yeah. I don't see why not.
You guys see the trailer for The Exorcism?
Oh, is that the new one with Russell Crowe?
Yeah, it comes out tomorrow. I thought the concept of it was pretty cool. From what I gather, it's like, what if they're filming a movie and the set's haunted? So basically, you take like Annabelle. That
is an interesting idea.
So that movie Annabelle is haunted. Like, some people got hurt, and I think one of the Conjuring movies, some people got fucked up on those movies too.
You're not talking about the Russell Crowe movie where he plays a priest and he's
that's the Pope's Exorcist. This is a new one.
I like that one. I thought that one was good.
I want to watch it.
I like
this is a new one. He's doing exorcism horror right now. But yeah, the new one's called The Exorcism. It comes out tomorrow. I think the wife's gonna go watch it with her mom.
What's baffling to me is why, because like with the Post-Exorcist, it was very clear this is a new franchise, right? That's the whole mission statement of that movie, right?
Oh yeah. I heard
and so I could see him doing a sequel to that, but then playing an exorcist in another exorcism movie.
No,
he's crazy.
No, he's an actor that gets possessed on the set of the movie that he's making. That's what I'm saying. The concept is brilliant. It's brilliant. So I don't think it's for me. It takes a lot to scare me. So I think it's gonna be a fun one. Like, and the thing is with horror, you got to go watch them in the fucking movies if possible. You got to go watch them on a big screen. It's gonna make any fucking horror movie, even if it's a piece of shit, worth your money.
Well, the sound also is really important. That's one of the things I love about this movie is the sound design on it is sick. Now this is a stupid poster right here because it makes it look like a comedy.
Yeah, it makes it look groovy. The first part of the the first part of the movie that was brilliant. That
that's
hypnotic-
stupid. That looks like
that
a mighty
hypnotic strobe that they put on you while you're watching it. So
That's
like,
cool.
You're under the you know, the influence of whatever's happening. You know.
That other one looked like a Monty Python.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty fucking groovy.
Yeah, groovy is the right word for that. Let me.
There's a
the international trailer for this.
There's a documentary about Gene Wilder out.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, and because of that, we went ahead and watched Young Frankenstein again.
I love that movie, man.
Oh my god, that movie's so good, dude.
So good.
And they were fighting with the movie. My wife told me that. She
Which
said,
movie?
yeah,
Sorry.
in the documentary, they
Young
said that
yeah.
Mel Brooks and Gene Wilder both fought the production company to keep it black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And they lost. Well, they had a compromise. You know, so.
Well, it's look, Young Frankenstein, and a lot of people don't realize this, is a satire of a specific movie. That specific movie is Son of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Right? The fact that most people haven't seen Son of Frankenstein, which, by the way, is an awesome movie and you should see it. Mm-hmm. The fact that most
put it on the Ritz.
The fact that most people didn't see that and then watched Young Frankenstein and still found it hilarious, that's an indication of a true masterwork. Because it should be funny out of
Wilder
same
and
way, like
Brooks.
as a little kid, I missed a lot of the jokes in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, but I still found that shit funny. I'm sorry, you were saying
No. I think it was Gene Wilder that brought it to Mel Brooks and was like, "I want to do this." You know?
Sounds like it, because I seen an interview with him on about Willy Wonka, and he's like, "All right, I'll say yes to the role, but you have to let me do a tumble when I'm first appear in the movie. You know what I mean? And get up. That way, you guys don't know what to fucking expect out of Willy Wonka throughout the whole movie."
Yes,
dude. One thing I did not know about Willy Wonka was that, and again, my wife told me this, was that it failed at the box office because
I can see that.
Yeah.
Because the mothers of the children who, that they brought their children to see it, they thought the life lessons were too harsh in the movie.
Right. Well, it's based on a Roald Dahl novel.
Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, it's that's how fairy tales are, though. They teach you pretty
They're a little
hardcore.
dark.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't even dark though. I was like, dude, fucking, you better grow
Dude, it's
up in
pretty
my
dark.
household
He
and you'll
basically
see what
is
dark
like a
is.
serial killer. He murders those kids pretty much.
He's like, she needs to be squeezed immediately before she explodes.
Yeah, it's really dark. There's really dark shit going on there.
Yeah, I guess.
But that's the thing. Kids like their fairy tales and their stories to be a little fucking dark. The
They do.
Japanese understand this. The Germans really understand that.
Yeah, they did it the most. And then when
Well,
they
they-
get
yeah,
a little
they
older
did-
too, you
they're
get
a little too
Krampus.
far.
Krampus is like, right? Don't have sex.
Dude,
Krampus is gonna come and beat you. That's
the
what I heard.
Krampus festival in Germany. Oh, dude,
Badass.
I really want to
Brian
do that.
Scene right here, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, this movie has what is to me one of the scariest scenes in all of cinema. I don't know how you all would react, but I know that every time I see this scene, I'm amazed by it at how clever it is and how masterfully, because this movie is not a fast moving movie, right? It starts out fucking George here is, he lives and works in Manchester, but on the weekends he drives his motorcycle out to the country, has a nice little house where he can just fuck off and not answer the phone and not deal with shit. And that's where he's headed. And then he runs into this, or rather, this hot redhead, Edna, runs into him, backing her car up into his motorcycle, damaging it. And so then he's like, well, at the least you got to give me a ride, but I'm driving. And he really is kind of a dick, right? He's played by Ray Lovelock, who, if you guys remember Django Kill, If You Live, Shoot. Remember the boy that gets raped by the gay cowboys?
Yeah.
Right? They all have the matching black uniforms and everything.
Oh yeah.
That's him.
That's racist.
That's him. and I didn't recognize him at first. I remember when I first saw this movie, but that's because of the beard. But also, he's not playing up, or rather, because he's a really good-looking guy, but the director isn't like photographing him like a pretty. Oh man, the gore effects in this are by, I can't remember his name, but they're by the same guy that did the effects for like the Lucio Fulci movies. That is to say, The Beyond, Zombie 2, City of the Living Dead, and I don't know if he did the effects for the Argento movies. I suspect that he did, and the special effects in this are fucking savage. They're just really.
Dude, I got to see that uncut version. I think it's gonna be better.
You have to. Like I said, I looked for. I found what looked like good copies on YouTube. I was like, because I've been wanting to cover this movie for fucking years, because it's one that most people haven't seen and they really need to see it.
Get yourself the one the link I just shared with you guys.
Yeah.
It is the full version, I think.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Sam.
So
better. The street.
I know Google Foo.
Google Foo, there it is, bro. There it is. Thanks, Sam. You the man with the master plan. So during this scene, he's leaving the city, and you see all these like shots of the city that show it to be basically like a toxic waste dump. People are walking around with fucking face diapers and shit because the air is all fucking foul.
What year was this made in?
1974.
No, I'm just fucking around.
Yeah. So
I was -2.
Yeah, I was.
Mine is some,
but
C19.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. So what happens in the unedited version of this, and this is very much what inspired the opening. You guys remember the opening of Shaun of the Dead with all the commuters that are basically looking like zombies?
Yeah.
That's taken from this. Because there are all these shots of commuters and they're all dead-eyed. And they all have these dead expressions. And, joyless, just on the fucking grind, right? And there's a moment where at a red light, this chick throws off her coat and streaks across the crossing butt naked, flashing a peace sign. Now, streaking, a lot of people don't know this, was a thing at this time in history. Famously, a streaker showed up on the Academy Awards, I think that year or the previous year, behind David Niven. And there's a classic picture of David Niven, I think he not accepting an Oscar, but I think in the process of reading the winner of an Oscar. And right over his shoulder, you see this guy butt naked flashing a fucking peace sign. And I have to say, you can find that shit on YouTube. It's hilarious, and David Niven handles it like a fucking Chad, like a Chad. Does not lose a fucking beat. So she runs across this crossing butt naked, and everybody is just kind of like they have no reaction. And of course, that's why she's doing it, because she's trying to provoke a reaction. And to me, that was what was so funny about streaking as a form of protest. It was just like, it's just a fucking naked body. Like, why does this fucking why does this fuck with people? But also, inject a sense of anarchy into fucking everyday life, right? So streaking is something I'm not volunteering, but I do believe that people should bring back streaking. That's like a thing from the past that should
only chicks,
only really smoking hot shit. And a little beefcake for the ladies and some of the fellas. That's cool too. You got to be equal opportunity.
You keep getting on my nerves.
And then we got Arthur Kennedy. Kennedy.
Yeah, it's in the version I put in there
as the evil detective. You're
nice tits too. God damn it.
Yes, right, and the booty.
Yeah.
Jiggly.
God damn, and the afro she has too. Like, god damn.
Yeah,
that
it's
was a
probably
hell
a
of a
wig,
perm.
but yeah. She's
No,
fucking
back then it was perms.
hot.
Remember?
Yes. You're right. It still looked like a wig to me, but I could be wrong. Because
So I
sometimes
confirm
people have
it
their hair
is
done
the
up.
unedited version. Get it?
Excellent. Yeah, everybody, do not click on the link that is below in the description. Click on the link that Homeboy Sim just dropped.
Don't worry, it's the Internet Archive, so it's so good.
Yep. And so, yeah, we got fucking Arthur Kennedy with his Irish brogue, and he plays the chief detective who is a complete fascist and a bit of an asshole.
All the rage these days. Listen, boy, you keep getting on my nerves, and I'm going to give you another kind of house to look after. One with lots of bars in the windows.
I like that line. It's a good line.
Oh yeah, no, there are great lines in this, especially in that scene, and I'm gonna play that scene. Yeah, the zombies in this, like I said, it's quality over quantity.
Well, I like it, the rage, like the slow, like rage, like especially with the star zombie. You know, he just looks so like he's got this rage in his eyes. You know?
Well, that's what's interesting is he was a suicide.
Mm.
He was a hobo who drowned himself in the river. And what's significant about that is that in vampire lore, usually vampires are usually self-deleters, right?
Really?
Yes.
I never knew that.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And then that's why, like, they would take special precautions when burying somebody, if they were a self-deleter, to make sure that they wouldn't come crawling out of their grave and sucking people's blood.
Better reinforce that door. Take dead people trying to kill me.
Reason?
Well, a ghost, maybe.
Yeah, and everybody's just like, she sees him, and everybody's like, nah, that couldn't possibly.
I wish they would have used that lore to promote Twilight.
Twilight. That's like, you know, I got
Twilight.
Yeah,
you
this is a total non
imagine
sequitur.
how many people would have self-deleted.
Oh man. I have to say, I watched the first Twiglet because a friend of mine was busting my balls. He was like, we should watch that. And I was like, no. He's like, yeah. He's like, you and me together, we could actually make this fun and maybe get through it. And I have to say, it was so much worse than I expected it to be.
What, you didn't like the werewolves being like Alaskan Huskies?
I think that's in the sequels, and I didn't get to the fucking sequels. I barely got fucking through that first one. It was so much. I wasn't expecting it to be good, but I wasn't expecting it to be like just amateur hour trash.
I got daughters. So
It was just poorly made.
They were into it.
And of course, you know, like the monsters, like the 50s movies, they all have their weaknesses. The Romero zombies, for instance, you shoot them in the head. These motherfuckers, you shoot them in the head, they keep coming at you.
Keep coming.
You
To me, I feel like they weren't zombies, like they were something else. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, they are zombies. Oh God. Well, that's what's so freaky about this scene I'm going to show, because I do want to, you know, time is a wasting, and I do really want to get to this scene because, like I said, I think it's one of the most terrifying in cinema history. Although first, let me show this. This is when our first zombie shows up. Now, pay attention to the sound design in this movie. The breathing, the sound that the zombies make. Jorge Grau said that came from when he was at his father's deathbed, and his father died, and I think he was like propped up in bed, and so he said he saw, you know, whoever was there, you know, they were you know, preparing the body, you know, remove the pillows, and he was sitting up, and so they pushed him down, and as he did, his last breath came out of his lungs, and it sounded like.
Damn.
And he recorded that?
No. But that's
what I was thinking too. He recorded.
No. He didn't record that. No, but that sound, he never forgot that, and so that's the sound that the zombies make. And of course,
if you ever been there when somebody dies, you heard that.
Yeah, and then there's the death snore.
Yeah. And then there's a fart.
Oh yeah, to me that's the most embarrassing. Because at least if I'm making like other sounds, then people are going to be like a little fucking scared, and hey, fuck it. But the farting, not so much about that.
Yeah, but it's not really farting when you know what it is. But yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
you imagine horror movies where the zombies just fart instead of moaning?
I have to admit, though, the thing that's more marking is the last breath, though. That is...
Check out his eyes.
Right, the red eyes.
Mm-hmm. And they're not just red. The pupils are black, and they look like explosions.
Yeah. Their eyes exploded.
Yeah. So these are contacts, obviously.
I remember. I think that was a thing from another movie too. The radioactive-ish type of like explosion eyes type of thing.
Oh, not that I can remember, but that's not to say that you're not that you're not
because,
correct. Yeah. And mind you, these are like the old school contacts. These were evidently really thick and painful to wear.
And there's a lot of people that get their eyes damaged.
And now this is pretty much almost straight out of Dawn of the Dead. I'm sorry, Night of the Living Dead right here.
Yeah, that's a good scene right
here. So poor Edna goes running and finds George and this fellow, and tells them like, "Hey, the dead hobo, he's up and at him." And of course, nobody believes her. And to a large degree, this movie is kind of played as a mystery.
So, Night of the Living Dead, the black and white one, did come out before this one.
1968, dude.
Yeah.
October 1st, 1968.
So Romero was the first one.
Oh, it's not even close. He had.
Oh, I thought you were saying otherwise earlier, and I'm like, that doesn't sound right.
No. Although Romero admits that Night of the Living Dead was kind of a ripoff of I Am Legend by Richard.
So Brian, I think he was referring to the fact that you're talking about. He was inspired by the gore.
Yeah.
Later put on
for Dawn and for Day, and especially Day. I think I could be.
That happens sometimes, though. You create a genre, and then someone comes out and tosses it back.
Brings it up a notch, and you go, okay, I'll bring it up another notch.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I got you, and I raise you.
Yeah. Exactly. And he had caught lightning in a bottle. This was called The Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue because, of course, rather famously, Night of the Living Dead is public domain, always has been public domain. And so in Europe, they would have started releasing ripoffs a lot more quickly if they had known that. And eventually they figured that out. And so they made this movie. And, it's not really a ripoff of Night of the Living Dead. It's a completely different film. The zombies are different. I mean, clearly the inspiration. Yeah. Right. Clearly, I mean, it's in the genre that.
Right. But the feel that it has, it totally feels the same. Like.
Right. And
it could pretty much be in the same type of,
Yes, universe.
Not true. Yeah, universe. Sorry.
Right. But these are like super zombies, right? So whereas in like Night and Dawn and Day, the problem with the zombies is they're not smart, they're not fast, they're not strong. Right? It's just their advantage is numbers. There's just a billion of them, and they're just everywhere all the time. Right?
Right.
Here, there's only a handful of zombies, but they have super strength. and they're invulnerable to headshots, and you know, they're real. Like I said, super strength. They're real fucking strong.
A bit like Return of the Living Dead.
Well, Return of the Living Dead. Those are the worst zombies you could possibly face because they can think.
Kind of ghoulish,
right?
Yeah, like when he got on.
Send more cops.
Yeah, send more cops.
I was talking at the beginning about this, that there's like always been a lot of discussion in the horror community because a general attitude, a general belief, my belief certainly, has always been that like it's not a question of what are the best zombie movies, what are the best non-Romero zombie movies. Same way with the spaghettis. What are the best non-Sergio Leone spaghettis? And for the number 4 spot, I always gave it to either this or Return of the Living Dead. And some people, some people, it's like Return of the Living Dead, then this. For me, it's this, and then Return of the Living Dead.
What did you think of the? Was it a Return of the Living Dead movie where that chick got the zombie virus and she started putting like needles or wires through her?
That's Return of the Living Dead Part 3.
That one, dude. That was
by the way, Subjective Perspective Collective, Lindsay's Nightmare City is fun as hell too. Yeah, it is. Technically, in that they're not zombies though. Technically, in that they're radioactive vampires, but it's pretty much a zombie movie. You know, at least in its structure. Like that's a zombie movie. If you consider 28 Days Later a zombie movie, then Nightmare City is.
Nah, I don't consider.
But I don't consider it to be a zombie. But it's fun. I mean, that shit's on Tubi, by the way. Go fucking check that out if you haven't seen it. Nightmare City, it's great because like the zombies, every time they attack a woman first, they tear their tops off, so you can see their breastises.
Nightmare City. Okay.
Christina Galbo, I just realized that's Elizabeth, and what have you done to Solange? Is that really? Oh wow. I did not know that. I don't know if she's a redhead in that. Of course, it's a Spanish produced horror movie. You're gonna have some fucking smoking hot fucking chicks in this. This cemetery, I think I mentioned last week when I showed the trailer for this. This is the cemetery where Little John is buried.
Oh, that's right.
And
that's crazy.
The locals were very sensitive about these Italians coming in and with a Spanish director and making like a horror movie in this cemetery. So, I mean, they were allowed to shoot there and everything, but they were just like, you know, had like fucking cops, like, you know, hanging over their shoulders, making sure they weren't fucking with anything or being disrespectful.
I gotta say that cemetery, man, it's very, very Wrightson, EC, you know?
And it's real.
Dude, if they were thinking, they would have had Lil John come up out of his grave.
Oh, yeah,
dressed as Robin Hood's.
Oh, they would have loved that. They would have loved that. So they're looking for the hobo. They're looking for the drowned hobo because George, Ray Lovelock's character, he's still convinced, nah, there's no fucking way, right? There's no, he's dead. Let's go look. Okay, babes, you keep telling me how this dead guy attacked you. We're going to go and we're going to look at his fucking corpse. And so they go into this tomb. And
hello? Anyone at home?
Oh yeah, this is the caretaker shed. And this is where they go into the tomb, and then we get a close-up of this hole there, a drainage ditch or whatever, because that's going to be significant. That's going to come into play.
There's no one here.
It's Guthrie's in one of these.
Yeah, and you'll notice just the filmmaking in this, the cinematography and everything, it's beautifully shot. This is a really, really well-made movie. And Grau was considered a quote-unquote serious filmmaker before he made this. Although I think he made one horror movie before this that I think I probably still haven't seen.
It's like 28 Days Later of its time with Danny Boyle, you know?
Yeah.
He's kind of regarded as a good filmmaker.
Hello, darling.
And then, of course, that was also kind of historically significant because it was the first movie shot on digital.
That's right.
Oh shit. So yeah, they open his casket. There's nobody home, and they're like, okay, let's get out of here.
George, let's go.
But first, they see blood running down a wall. And they find the caretaker. Now, this is very similar to that scene in Night of the Living Dead where Barbara runs up the stairs and she sees like the half-eaten corpse, right? And there's that zoom on the corpse whose face has been all fucking eaten. And she goes running, and remember, then there's the blood going plip, 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 and one of the drops lands on her hand. So this is still very much in Romero territory.
Oh, shit.
And now, this movie turns into a nightmare. Cinema, of course, naturally, some of the first movies made were horror movies. Cinema is the most dreamlike medium, so it makes sense that somebody would want to make the cinematic equivalent of nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
That's a large part of what horror has always been about. I have not seen it done this well often. Like, to me, this is like in my top 5 scariest scenes of all time. Your mileage may vary. We all have different attitudes of what we find scary, what we don't find scary. I'm sorry. I think this scene is absolutely terrifying.
Hey! You shot us in! Get us out! Get us out!
Oh shit! Yeah, they are not alone down there. All right, now I'm gonna have to pause it here because, of course, we have to pause periodically. Otherwise, YouTube yanks us. And you got to look at this moment right here, that uninterrupted, because I think it's sublime. And one of the things I also love about this movie is that Ray Lovelock's character, George, when we first meet him, he's just a dick.
Yeah.
Right?
Let me drive. I'm driving.
Let me drive. And he's just overall dickish behavior. But when shit gets real, he comes correct. It's like, Kurt Russell's McCready in The Thing, where he's just like this cynical motherfucker, right? But then when shit gets real, when he gets tested, totally fucking comes correct. And that's the thing, of course. You never know who you are until you get tested. And he, of course,
true words.
Any shot.
Now, of course, the monster doesn't want him. Immediately is just like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna go for some cheesecake.
I can see the anime influence. Penny shot.
Shank. Yeah, it's like, dude, now he realizes that the world isn't what he thought it was. And that's always a fun moment in horror movies where characters suddenly realize, like, the supernatural is real. It's like he shanked him in the back. He's like, okay, let's go. Let's go for that center body mass. Oh. So he gives it another go. Yeah, that ain't stopping him.
It's like, I'm going to eat yo ass.
Yep. So then he comes with the overhand strike, right? Because he's just like, okay, stabbing isn't working. Let's try bludgeoning. That's a good tactic, but this is where you discover that these motherfuckers are strong.
And they're smart because he caught the fucking bludgeon, attack.
Yeah, and then something happens that's completely inexplicable.
See, look how mad he is. See how he threw him? See the aggression in him?
Yeah.
He said,
yeah.
Ugh. So he is fucking mad. And
he gets frustrated. And there's also a moment.
So he does have the rage, dude. The rage is entirely there. I was right.
For sure. Because there's also, let me blow up this still.
That's kind of like pre 28 Days Later Rage Zombie, huh?
Yeah, but I mean, those were berserkers, right? Here he's just a zombie. He wants to eat, but you see, like, it's not so much anger as it's sort of like frustration. Like, you're getting between me and what I want. Like that's kind of the impression that I get from his performance. And then there's this.
I think he's got some rage in him, dude. Just the eyes.
He's raging.
He's just not moving too fast.
Now you look at the zombie's eyes here, right? This is when they break into the groundskeeper's cabin, and they come in and they all have this look like, yeah, motherfuckers, right? Like, like you've been trying to fight us. You just give us your flesh. We just want to fucking eat you, motherfuckers.
Yeah, then we'll leave you alone.
You're entitled to those guts. Guts. So, at this point, he realizes that this isn't working. And so he does something that is really, really fucked up. He goes for reinforcements. So there you see him. There's the blood of the groundskeeper dripping down the wall. He dips his fingers in the blood, and then he goes over to these coffins.
Yeah, dude, look how smart he is. You know what I mean? That's some fucking mastermind shit right there. I almost feel that like he's the same person. The soul survived in some regard. The one that killed himself, just how he thinks. You know what I mean?
How would he know to do this? How would he know that this works? That's what I love about Italian horror films.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to go full nightmare.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is something that logically doesn't make any sense, but it does make sense if you're using dream logic. Right? David Cronenberg is the master at that shit. But this is a perfect example. So he goes over to this corpse and he touches those bloody fingers to one eyelid and then the next. That is religious.
Yeah,
like he's anointing them.
It's like a baptism.
Yeah.
And it's to the soul. It's the windows to the soul or the eyes,
And then, of course, fucking, Lovelock's like, I'm not seeing this. I'm not seeing this. And then how he just shoves the lid off here. Check this out. And he does the same thing with this body. And for my money, they're spending way too much time watching him fucking do this.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's when Lovelock sees their way out.
Get up that ladder. As fast as you can. Move.
He sees they're making a break for it, but he's got reinforcements on the way.
Looking like Adrian Brody.
It does look like Adrian Brody.
Now that you mentioned it.
I was looking for who he looked like. It reminded me of an actor or something.
He's definitely an Italian actor. I mean, that's one of the things. It's like the Italian actors in these movies, they always really stand out because they look Italian, right? And this was let's see, Fernando Hilbeck. Guthrie is the name of the
sounds familiar
of the zombie. Totally forgot about that.
Fernando Hilbeck Brody.
Hey, Brian, I gotta head out.
Oh, dude.
And I gotta steal Matt too.
What was that? You're still Matt? Well, what's going on? I didn't know about this.
Well,
What,
you know
guys,
about it.
you guys are doing
Doing
something?
boot camp.
Oh, the boot camp. The boot camp.
Gotta do
Oh,
some
okay.
boot camp.
Wait, both of you guys are cutting out now?
We got to.
Motherfuckers, man. All right.
Oh,
Well,
I got so
before you
much
do,
time.
all right. Well, dude, thank you for hanging out. And Matt, at least we got to get an outro. And we got to. Oh, wait a second. First of all, Preston, tell these fools where they can find you.
Twitter.
The
And,
Twatters.
or X. Let's do X.
X.
And Nikki the Pipe and YouTube, Doc Salem, and go back Hell Night because or sign up for it because the pre-campaign's coming to an end.
Yeah. And you don't want to miss that, people. It's gonna be dope. Preston's going full Preston on that. I promise you. No deleted, severed, bloody toes in that one. You're gonna get bloody. Severed.
That's where all those touch up are getting moved to.
Actually, I can show off a couple of kicks. Six Gun Gorilla pages if you want.
Oh, dude. Oh! I saw that one that you posted on the Twatters. Yes. Hold on a sec. Let me blow that shit up. God damn it, man.
Oh, there you go.
Look at that. Oh, it's so fucking beautiful.
Oh, wait.
You're making me a beautiful comic. Oh, nice. Bjornolf. Oh, that looks great. Yeah, the fight inside the Zeppelin. Oh, nice. Oh man. Oh, man.
Oh, I got it right now.
Fuck. God damn. Tickling my ass with a feather. Getting me all aroused and shit. Matt, well, first of all, what did you think about this movie?
I thought it was awesome, man. Again, it was one of the better zombie movies, that are separate from Return of the Living Dead and
I love that movie too.
And Night and all the Romero movies. You know what I mean? Hard recommend. Again, like it's one of those ones you could do like a deep dive on about just the motivations, but also the dream lore. Like how me and you were having a little back and forth about it. But yeah, it's one of those movies where now I have multiple reasons to go back other than to see the gore. So
yes.
Way up. Fuck yeah, man.
Oh, glad that you enjoyed it. And where can people find your ass?
Oh yeah, you guys could find me on X at Rune Cutter Comic. I usually do commissions every now and then. And if you guys want to check out my book, Butch Cleaver, it's at butchcleaver.com. It's Fund My Comic store basically right now. You get 1 and 2, and they come with a lot of tchotchkes, and I mail them off the next day. So thanks for having me, Brian. And it was fun watching this movie, and fun as always, man.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you as always for hanging out. I appreciate you boys.
I appreciate you too, man.
Right back at you.
Later, brother.
All right. Peace out, man. Peace out.
Son. Peace.
Later.
All right. Yeah. This is this moment that's coming up right here. This is the moment that always gives me the fucking heebie-jeebies. So he's trying to fucking hammer that hole so they can crawl out. Gives Guthrie a shove. Guthrie goes down. All right. This is the moment right here. This is the moment right here that for me is just peak fucking horror filmmaking right here. That fucking moment, to me, every time I remember the first time I saw it, I was just like, and every time I watch this movie, that moment always just fucking gets me. This is really, really inspired fucking horror filmmaking. This is next level shit. I just think that this is a brilliant movie, and that fucking moment is blood curdling. And I think it's because, clearly it's like he's editing between this zombie coming to life, this old woman, and he's intercutting that with Guthrie who's been knocked down, getting up off the floor, but he doesn't get up off the floor in a natural way. He just stands straight up like fucking Nosferatu. And it's the same trick. It's just a board in his back. I mean, that's to me the magic of cinema. It's like you can have a $200-300 million movie with all these expensive special effects, and then you can have a special effect that is as simple as putting a board on some guy's back. And that expensive shit will not be magical, but then the really simple old trick from the 1920s just still fucking works. Oh. And you know, like as a horror fan, and a lot of us have this in common, we envy people who are not horror people because they can still get scared by horror films. And we're so jaded.
I don't know. I think it's kind of weird. Like, I don't consider myself a horror guy compared to other people like you and others.
Yeah.
But some of you guys get like grossed out or freaked out by some stuff that to me is kind of like, it's cool. You know,
right.
But I'm like, okay.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. That's the nature of art.
Yeah.
Is that it's going to hit different people in different ways. It's kind of like
I love the way you get stuff. Like, I think it's freaking cool. Right? I think it's fun. But for me to give me the heebie-jeebies, nope.
Yeah, that scene. Oh, I just think it's.
It's where, you know, we each have our own.
Right. It's kind of like how, like sometimes you'll see something or read something or listen to something, and you think to yourself, "I enjoyed that. That was really good," but I know that my friend is gonna get like a fucking erection.
It's one of the things, like when I was getting like, you know, watching those movies for the first time, my friends were like, you know, big horror movie buff. Yeah. And they watched those movies like 10 times or more, right?
Yeah, man.
And they still get all worked up and all like, and yeah, like, oh, that's fucking cool, but what the fuck's wrong with you?
Right, because there's something about our minds where that's like smack. Right? Where we just get like a massive fucking head rush from it. Yeah. I mean, I think most horror fans are also fans of fantasy and science fiction. I mean, to me, it's, you know me, it's, I have like that sort of European view that it's one genre that has subgenres, right? So for me, it's fantasy.
Yeah.
And everything else is like underneath that, science fiction, horror, high fantasy.
Yeah, you have all type of horror too. It's sci-fi horror. You have action horror. You have all type of freaking horror. But the thing is that it's all fantasy. It didn't mean that's where I like horror that are too like realistic. It's not for me type of thing.
Yipes. Sorry about that.
It's okay. I like the more fantasy aspect of, you know, all that stuff.
Right.
That's why I'm big into sci-fi.
Right. Me too. Yeah. No, I mean, I remember as a kid when I was like, you know, when you're a kid and you're approaching puberty and girls are starting to look interesting to you and you're trying to figure yourself out. You're trying to establish your identity. And I remember consciously thinking, am I more science fiction or am I more horror? And, you know, because I love both of those genres so much. And the same thing with high fantasy, right? Like what's my thing? Out of all of those, what's my fit? I love all of those. That's all my shit. But out of all of those, where do I find myself always being drawn back to the most? It's horror. And I realized, like, yeah, I'm a horror guy. I'm a horror kid.
I've always enjoyed horror movies, but my main, the thing that I watch the most, that I have the more collection, is sci-fi.
Right. Yeah.
And that includes sci-fi horror. Let's just be frank.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about horror. Why
Alien,
horror? So
Predator,
right?
Event Horizon, which that one freaked me out.
Which one?
Event Horizon.
Event Horizon. I know people, a lot of, I have to look at that again because I saw it when it first came out and I wasn't impressed with it, but I was like, that was all right. I thought it was good, but I'm like, people really seem like that movie actually fucks with a lot of people, which I find interesting.
I mean, it shocked me a lot. Like I was not expecting how far it went, and especially that little video.
Yeah.
Because if you paid attention to that little video of the people that died before, one's ripping his eyes out while he's getting fucked in the ass, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yes. I have to look at that again because that's a movie that people are
like, how the fuck did you get away with this shit in like little fucking video watching like? Well, and I rarely miss shit. Like I saw it the first time, like, what the fuck?
That was probably
and then the guy with his skin turned upside down. And then Neil, what's his name? Neil something.
Yeah, Sam Neill.
Sam Neill, yeah, dude, that guy's gonna be good.
Yeah, I mean, there's like really extreme Clive Barker imagery in that, and what I'm guessing is that scene that you're talking about, that was probably not in the theatrical cut because that came out at a time where they were still like, you know what, we'll shoot this extra like gore or nudity or something like that, and we'll do. But
dude, it's just a smart.
Yeah,
it's them watching a video, and you have to pay. That's the thing. You have to see it and notice it. It's fucked up. Like I've seen people that have seen the movie, and I'm like, watch the same copy, and they never noticed it until you go,
oh, wow,
pay attention to it.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I always say that horror is basically it's the vodka of genres. It mixes with anything. If you mix it with science fiction, awesome. You get H.P. Lovecraft. You get Alien.
It's the entire premise, if I don't know if you know it, but technically the ship came back from hell.
Yes. Oh, no, yeah. No, it was they had a faster than, they were basically doing like a folding space thing where they were just like, we're going to create a portal into another dimension, and that's going to let us just instantly transport like across the galaxy.
It's a theory. It's a theory that people have been working on, but the thing is, they go with the idea that, you know where they went?
They went to hell. They went to another dimension. They went to hell.
It wasn't hell.
Yeah. No. It's a cool idea. It's a very cool idea.
And some deaths in there are fucked up. Like the guy that gets thrown in space was fucked up.
Yeah, like I said, I have to watch that again because I haven't seen it like since it first came out.
Yeah, but it's one of those movies that hits you the first time, then you rewatch it the second time, and like I remember watching the first time, I'm like, dude, I'm not watching that again. Then I watched it another time, and I'm like, okay, it's fucked up. You get it? Like, it's a good movie.
Yeah, I have to check that out.
Sam Neill's a great freaking actor, dude.
Yeah, he is. He's in a movie that I've been wanting to do on the stream for a while called Possession. Have you ever seen that?
I think I did.
That's the one with Isabella Johnny.
Mm-hmm. And my favorite horror movie with him will always be In the Mouth of Madness.
That's a really good one. But Possession is a movie that actually, let me see if I can maybe we can do that next week. Well, I think next week I want to do The Brood by David Cronenberg because I found it.
By the way, you never answered, but did you hear about that movie that I shared in your DM group last time? Cemetery Men.
Oh yeah, Dell'amore della Morte.
Based on the Fumetti. I never watched it. I'm about to watch it. I got a copy of it.
Oh, you're in for a treat. You're gonna like that. You're gonna like that.
It is on that thing that you Tubi it there, and I'm like, that could be one of the ones you could do.
Yes,
because I know it's from the same creator of Dylan Dog.
Don't expect it to be Dylan Dog because Dylan Dog was the inspiration, and they paid for the rights and everything. But it's very much its own thing. It very much goes off in its own direction.
Mm-hmm.
I would compare it to art house horror, like art house horror with a lot of humor and a little bit of Waiting for Godot. Believe it or not, it's good. You're going to enjoy that. It's really kind of its own thing. Yeah, let me.
Because Anna Fauci is so damn hot. Yeah, I know. I saw it. I watched the trailer. Like I found out about it one of those guys that I liked, Brian something Tenold, Brian, something like that. he does some review, and I found out about it because he did a review of Cemetery Man, and I'm like, that was interesting. So stop here and go look for the movie.
Yep.
Yeah, she's hot.
Yeah, she is. But I mean, like, you know, when I say that this is like the best time ever to be a horror fan, it's the best time to just be a movie fan too. Just whatever genre that you're into, but specifically horror, because now you can find this shit so easily.
Yeah. So unless they're trying to watch new movies,
which I try to do, right? You have to achieve I try to achieve a balance because I don't want to be cut off from new good shit. It's just, for me, it's like old films that I love, like this. They're old reliables. It's like, I know it's going to be good because I've seen it before. I've seen it many times. And there's some movies that reward multiple viewings. I remember my mother, she could never understand the idea, like, why would you watch a movie twice? She couldn't wrap her head around that. Oh yeah, this is pretty sick. This is the CD for the soundtrack. And this is wait, let me blow that up. And then this is the disc itself. It's Guthrie. A big blood stain. Yeah, I mean, the fact that you can buy like discs like this of the soundtrack, this is, you know, horror fandom has, because that's the thing. It's like most people, like basic people, they will only watch like what just came out. That's all they're interested in, right? But the people who are a little more curious and stumble across these kinds of movies and go, damn, I really like that. Wait, there's more? And then when they discover that there's an almost endless supply, I mean, not that I consider this like a trash Italian horror film, because it's not, but, you know, the fact that, you know, we're almost never going to run out of trash Italian horror films from the 1980s is something that pleases me. But although, you know, some of them are just fucking boring. Some of the giallos, for instance. Oof. A bad giallo. This is what's terrible about bad giallos. You know, the slasher movies that the Italians made, is that they can hook you in and keep you going until you realize, it's like, wait a second, I'm 50 minutes into the movie and this is not going anywhere. And you suddenly realize that you've been fucked, as opposed to a regular shitty movie where you just know within the first 15 minutes, like, okay, next. Yeah, they'll suck you in. Oh, Werewolf Woman. Yeah, man, Werewolf Woman comes to mind. Extra sleaze. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. That's a really fucking great one. Yes. Oh, yes. And yes, Anna Falke is. Yeah, her. I don't know why she got those fucking implants. Because she, I mean, I'm sure her rack probably looked fine before, but she has like real fake tits in that. Sorry. Although, oh God, the one that really freaked me out, Sim, have you seen any of the new season of The Boys?
No, not yet. I'm about to go watch it soon.
I'm not giving anything away, but be prepared to kind of go, ugh, because is it Erin Moriarty, I think is the name of the actress that plays Starlight? She got like some bad plastic surgery. Like, you won't notice it necessarily at first.
Oh, I saw it. It looks pretty fucking bad. I saw it on the internet. Yeah.
It's like, honey, why? The worst was Sherilyn Fenn. Sherilyn Fenn was fucking smoking hot, and then she fucks her face up. So like,
and she was cute as fuck.
I know, smoking hot. It's like, honey, but that's the thing. It's in people's.
But now they all have to look the same thing. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's terrible. It's fucking terrible, man. And it doesn't. And it's just like, oh man, and you know that shit's not gonna look good as you get older.
They all want to look like a fucking Barbie.
Yeah, pretty much. And just like, oh man.
And it's kind of like, can you just accept yourself like you are? Because we think you're hot. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Yes. And like, you know, I've never seen Anna Falke's rack
in anything other than Cemetery Man, but I have a feeling that her rack was probably perfectly fucking fine. She didn't need to go and fuck that shit up with like a really bad look.
Or she's still in the series, is looking like that. Is that it? You're trying to tell me?
Oh yeah, Erin Moriarty, yeah. Like you're when you watch that shit, you're gonna notice it, and it's going to distract you.
I don't doubt it. What I saw on fucking internet looked pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, she didn't make
it's always the same type of thing as inflate those lips, make those cheekbones bigger and rounder.
Yes.
You're like, what the fuck's wrong with you guys?
What she did. That's exactly what she did. Well, you have to understand that Hollywood.
Madonna did the same thing. They're all doing that, yeah.
It's just like, whatever happened to like aging gracefully?
Nothing.
Right?
Not a thing.
That shit's not going to look good.
Not a thing is that they should have learned a long time ago. I think,
Fucking deal with it.
Escape from LA covered it pretty well.
Oh my God, the fucking Surgeon General of Beverly Hills.
Dude, he called it like a long time ago, and they look exactly like them. If you remember the nurse, they look exactly like them.
Yeah. Bruce Campbell in the special features on the DVD and the Blu-ray, it's like he's like in full makeup, right? And he says, "You know what? I walk down the street in LA, and I've seen people like this."
Yep.
With the high cheekbones and like the fake cleft chin and like the teeth that look like chiclets.
It's really fucking bad. And I'm like, anywhere in your fucking mind do you think this looks fucking good?
It's got to be body dysmorphia.
No, it is. It's the fear of of getting old. They know that. How can I say that without being too mean?
People aren't going to.
Their beauty doesn't last forever.
Yes,
they will not stay young forever.
Right. So enjoy it while you've got it, but understand that it's fleeting.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Enjoy it while, because to me that's part of what life is about. Like experience what each chapter has to offer.
There's a few of them, dude, that don't have that fucking plastic surgery, and they still look really goddamn fine.
Yes. I know people in my generation are not aging the way that they.
Like the other day, like I showed some like one of the Canadian seniors here, right? Or she was like technically doing the Canadian metal, right, babe, type of thing back in the 80s, and she did a song called Metal Queen. She was like 22 or something like that, 24. And she after a while, she got married and she got kids and she stopped. She took a break. She raised her kids.
There it is.
And she's back, dude, in her 60s, like 50, like the end of her 60s, 60. Dude, I showed him a fucking video of her at 61. I'm like, dude, Madonna, go hide. The fuck?
Really?
Plastic surgery, and she's hot, dude. Like,
nice.
For a 61-year-old, I'm like, God damn, her name is Lee Aaron.
Lee Aaron. Wow.
Check her out, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like either you're going
and she's one of those dark redheads.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean by dark redheads?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It looks pseudo black, but it's red.
Yeah. That's a thing of mine. What's her name again?
Lee Aaron. Leeaaron. I'll put the links to the two videos that I showed him, and you'll see what I mean.
Oh, Canadian rock singer.
Yeah, but she used to do rock and metal, yeah.
What?
Oh, jeez. When you look at her, you're like, God damn, you're hot.
What the fuck? Yeah, see, you know what that is?
If you look like Metal Queen, you see her young, and then you check the one called Rock Bottom Revolution. You're like, holy shit, you're 61?
Damn. Good for her. God damn.
I put the links in the private chat, dude.
Oh, I love that.
The last one, the song's good, too, because it shows that she's not, a woke bitch.
Yeah. That's awesome. And see, I mean, look, that's the thing. It's like you are going to get old and you have two choices. One, you can like look really funky from all this bad plastic surgery, or maybe you'll get lucky and end up looking like her. Because, she looks pretty fucking...
She looks good. Right. You're like, damn.
I mean, Yeah, I mean, it also helps that is
Like the young kids say, I totally tap.
for sure, for sure. Yeah. Without a fucking doubt. Damn, good for her, man.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, look,
it's probably just the cold in Canada that's keeping them that tight.
Well, more likely when I see somebody like that, I usually think one thing. I think clean living, right?
Yeah,
that's
but
somebody that didn't abuse their body with like drugs and alcohol.
Drugs and alcohol fucking makes you age like crazy, dude.
Like crazy, like crazy, right?
Like a lot of people when they ask me how come I look this young for my age, it's always the dude that I don't do heavy drugs and I don't drink. I rarely fucking drink.
Yep,
like I'll drink if I meet you and we go for a beer. I'll probably have a beer or two.
Yes.
But that's about it. It's like I'm not and don't get me wrong, I did drink a little bit when I was younger, but no, it's not.
Oh man, I mean I drank a lot, but that's also because I was self-medicating. But the thing is when you're young, that's the time to do that shit, right? Because your body can fucking take a fucking whipping. So I fucking partied, way more than I should have.
It took too long to realize that when you're drunk, you make some bad decision, and I'm like, fuck you, I'm done.
Yeah. See, I was always a happy drunk. But yeah, bad decisions. I don't know what you're talking about, brother.
I don't know. I woke up one day with one of my managers. I'm like, oh fuck.
Oh no.
Hey, I'm like, hi.
Oh shit. Yeah. Alcohol can lead to bad decision making for sure. I mean, certain kinds of alcohol more than others, right? For some reason, I noticed like a lot of my friends have ended up in jail because of tequila. I don't know what it is. Not that
bad. Me, I'm just like a girl comes on to me if she's cute and I found her. We're having fun.
Yeah, it's fine.
Then after that, I might regret it.
Right. But then you don't go, she took advantage of me. No, you were just drunk.
I got drunk. I did. I paid the crime. That's it. I do my time. I'm fine.
There you go, man. There you go.
Did you enjoy yourself? Hell yeah. I'm like, here's money for the cab. See you at work. See you at work.
It's that weird shit. That's why I could never fucking do the fucking one night stand thing. Did it once and was just like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this again. This is too fucking. It just felt too fucking foul.
It was not my cup of tea, but it has happened.
Yeah. And I don't judge people for it. I'm not like don't do that. I'm just saying like, yeah, tried it, really didn't like it, like really didn't like it.
The only one I don't regret was doing my threesomes.
Oh, well, yeah, that's
the best one was with 3 chicks.
Oh, you fuck. You had to fucking one up, didn't you? See, remember, I had like the goth.
People were like, "How'd you call that one?"
S&M editor girl.
That's a threesome. How'd you call it with 3 chicks? I'm like, "You're getting crucified," and they go, they get the image in their head. I'm like, "Yeah."
2 girls is fun if you know the chick, I think.
Yeah.
Right, and it's just it's like naked fun time, right? But fucking, oh god. More than that, we get a little fucking busy. I'd be thinking, how am I getting both of these? Right? Let's like 2 chicks. Yeah, I can get both of them off. 3 chicks. We're gonna be able to get 3 chicks off.
I have strong forearms.
There you go. Yeah. No, I mean.
I know where the G spot
I gave you hands in the mouth for a reason.
I know how to work the G spot.
Son, yeah. Well, knowing the anatomy is good. It's just like I said, 2 knuckles in. And up.
Yeah.
This coaxing gesture.
That's what I mean by being classified. Get it?
It's simple, man. And Satan's doorbell. Don't neglect Satan's doorbell.
It was fun, and then fun stopped because
Right. No, but I mean that's the kind of shit that you should be doing when you're younger. Right?
Okay, man. It's not something that I planned. It was always something
Yeah.
Like getting 2 girls going. Oh, we're kidnapping you. You're not going to school today. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I mean,
we rented a hotel room. We're taking you in. I'm like, okay.
Oh hell yeah!
And dude, the next day when I went to school, she goes, Sim, where were you yesterday? I go, you were sick? No, something came up.
Oh.
Then he looks at me and goes, what happened? You want to know the truth or you want to lie? He Give me the truth. Two girls kidnap me for a threesome. Goes, okay, fine, go.
Wait, you were in high school?
No, college.
College, okay, all right. Because in high school, I was like still kind of like scared of girls.
I was
right?
in CJEP. I was in CJEP, so I went like, yeah.
Right. My rule with like the kinky goth girlfriend was just like, I don't want another penis in the room with me.
Dude, you should have seen the reaction of everybody in the class because he made me say it loud. Like,
oh,
you really want to know? Yeah, okay.
Oh, that takes it to another level. God damn, man. God, hey, fuck him if he asked. Yeah, man.
You put me on the spot, dude.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, I mean, it's not like, dude, he gave you an opportunity to boast. Like, yeah, you know. Yeah. You know, it's me. I got the Mac-ability with the ladies. What can I say?
I don't know what to say. Like, you know.
Oh man. So let me see if I can open this, and we should peace out soon. I'm looking for the trailer for The Brood. Which is, I actually think I could probably actually just play that. Hold on.
Well, we're at it, guys. Check out in the chat. There's a link for Tales from the Night 2 that's in print right now.
Oh, dude!
I'm waiting for my proof. I'm waiting for my proof as we speak. It's done. I'm just waiting for it.
Oh.
And go sign up for Bloodhound 2. The mailing list is open.
Dude, drop that link in the.
It's all in the chat already.
It is already okay. All right, good. Yeah, everybody go check that out. And the new Natverse is going to be lit. It is going to be lit.
120 pages.
Nice big fucking fat book. And to me, it's like when I'm a backer, honest to God, that's the thing that I'm always looking for.
Yeah, you remember that book started it was supposed to be 80 page or something.
Yeah.
Then after that, because I had to cancel, but technically put everything on hold, I came back and made it 100 page because we unlocked the extra story.
Yeah.
But then now it's 120 page.
Awesome. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
It's not 20 page of fluff. It's 116 page of story.
All killer, no filler. Seriously, dude. That is exactly what you want. Are we getting audio here? You hear this shit?
I got it. Yep.
Yes.
Oh, Cronenberg's The Brood is
The Brood.
The Brood reminds me of the Brood. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. This is actually the link. This is on YouTube. This is the full movie. Actually.
Yeah, it is.
And so let me
share that with me.
Link. This is next week we're probably going to be doing a spaghetti western, but next horror stream.
So what are we doing? Are we finally doing Lucky Luke?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I need to figures that out. I never plan that far ahead. I always figure it out like a day or two after, like whatever the last stream was. But we'll have something. So did I drop that in the chat? No, I dropped that in the private chat. They put that in a regular chat. Yeah, so folks, there is a link to a free version of The Brood, which is David Cronenberg's third film. First one was Shivers, second one is Rabid, and this was his third movie. And this was really kind of the movie where, when it came out, you kind of knew that he was going to be sticking around and continuing to do interesting shit.
And Cronenberg is Canadian.
He's totally from Kazakhstan. Yep. In fact, whenever people diss Canada, I always...
But he was not from Kazakhstan, because that came after Trudeau. But I didn't see that movie.
Oh, it's amazing. It's great. It's really, really great.
At least I don't think I did.
It's about these little monsters. They look like little children, but their faces are feral, and they don't have teeth. They kind of have beaks, and they rip motherfuckers apart.
Make that for sure.
Oh shit! I missed the meat time. Oh, there he is.
Well, I didn't get to see shit.
Oh, you don't see this?
Yeah, I saw it, but I didn't see the kid or anything.
Oh, you didn't see it? Yeah. Because of course it's a monster movie, and you don't necessarily show the monster's face like right away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those kids one has been traumatized.
For sure. Yeah. So everybody, just drop the link for that. Next horror movie club.
So French title, Enfant What Massacre.
Oh really? Oh no shit.
No, I'm just fucking kidding. The Massacre.
Okay. You never know. So, dude, tell everybody what the deal is, where they can find you.
You can find me under this nice name. You see there, Sim_Inkslayer. Also says, underneath. I don't know if you're noticing, sequential illustration master. Go check it out. I'm on YouTube, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, and all those nice little places. And check my campaign. Like I said, last chance to go get some Nadverse. Be one of the first one to get Nadverse #2 for $25. If you get the book only tier, you can get it for $25 US plus shipping.
Yeah.
Like I said, 120 pages, $25. No, not many are offering that fucking deal.
Yep.
And go sign up for Bloodhound #2, which is going to be at least an 80-page black and white book for the moment. And that's and when you do the black and white, that's when you get to be in the book. You get to die in a goddamn book.
Yeah.
I'm the one that started that gimmick.
Yep.
And not only that, but you can also either die as a cameo in the book, die by the hands of fucking Vincent, or be a monster and die.
Yeah, I mean,
remember in the first one you could be a werewolf and die.
Yes.
Die like a
yeah, and Sim takes your ass out in grand style, because that's as we know, people in the drawn end tiers like to get killed a lot.
Yep. Dude, I figured it out the moment I said like be in the book. I was gonna do it, be in the book on the Shinigo. Dude, it's called this. Or can we die? I'm like, you know what? We're doing the die in the book tier, and dude, it's been famous. Everybody's done it.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, it's a
and be the werewolf. That was that was pretty dope too.
Yep. My favorite is still I don't know why, is Mark Marinelli's fucking head spinning off his shoulders. That's my favorite.
My favorite is how I killed Chris.
That's good too. That's
when
good
he
too.
He turns into a werewolf, and then Vincent breaks into mist and breaks him to shred.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Spoilers.
Subjective Perspective Collective says Massacre Time, as I like to call it, Massacre Time or Four of the Apocalypse, both westerns by Fulci, the poet of the macabre. We did Four of the Apocalypse, and everybody hated it. Except for me, but it's just like, I think it's a very good movie, but is it a fun one? Not especially. That's a bit rough. But Massacre Time is actually a really good one. So maybe we'll do that next week. And that is a brutal spaghetti. It is definitely on the rougher side as far as the genre is concerned. Anyway, everybody, you can spank that subscribe button, slap the thumbs up, ring ding ding dong the bell for notifications. Do your boy a solid. And I also just dropped the link for the Hell Knight sign up in the chat. So click on that. And I'm telling you, scripted by yours truly and illustrated by our boy Preston Acevedo. And you're gonna get something like cool extra shit when you back the campaign. But anyway, we will talk to you next week. And until then, you got your peace, you got your love, and you got your medal.